Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name's Christian.
And I'm Carissa, and this is A Lot in Common.
How are you doing today, sister?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Doing pretty wonderful on this beautiful Wednesday. It's a beautiful God-given Wednesday today, but there is a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Absolutely. Insane.
Always.
Per usual.
There's always a lot going on, you guys.
Yes.
Have you seen all of the fireballs?
The meteors?
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen them.
Oh my God. First of all, what is the difference between meteors and fireballs?
I think that they're the same thing.
I think so too.
Yeah, but the news is calling them fireballs because it's kind of, if it were a missile, fireball is kind of okay to call a missile a fireball.
Yeah.
But you definitely can't call a missile a meteor.
Right.
So they're kind of playing on words a little bit. They're like, actually, if we just call it fireball, we're technically not lying.
Right.
Full discretion.
Right. I do think it's really weird. There are all of a sudden all of these fireballs and meteors happening, right? Right after World War III starts. What's up with that?
Right.
How does that make any sense?
Well,
honestly?
they're not. They're saying that have we technically started World War III, or is
No.
that declared officially? No.
I mean, in the people's eyes, I think we can all agree that it's kind of like
Begun.
we know it started, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy that all of a sudden we're having all these meteor showers all over the place.
Yeah.
Just randomly while missiles are being used in the Middle East, but not here.
Right.
They can't reach us here.
Well, and they're happening in like Australia as well, all around the United States, Canada, allied places, which is weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like United States allies it's happening in. So it's like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But it is happening in other countries though, too. It is happening in like Iran and it but they're not calling them fireballs.
I think there's reports of it having like extreme meteor showers right now. They're crazy meteors over there.
Crazy meteors. All right, guys. So we're going to share one right here. We're going to share a few. Let's share a few of these meteors going across the skies in the United States. Here's a massive meteor strikes across the California sky.
Hey, they're not missiles. They're not strikes. I don't think it says they're not meteor strikes. I think it says meteor streams.
Okay. My bad.
It's okay.
Meteor streams.
Yes.
Whoa. One more time. Whoa.
That's a crazy meteor.
Where did that land?
Huh.
Dang, that's wild.
That is really bright.
That's really bright. That was wild.
That was. I wasn't expecting that. I haven't seen that one yet. This is where there have been fireballs reported in the skies.
Right.
So we have some in Washington, it looks like, Nevada, Texas, Louisiana. Ooh, I can't know what that one is. Is that Ohio?
Ohio.
Okay. Pennsylvania and New York.
Yes.
Okay.
So then this is America's terror threat exposure map. So we've got Washington, near Nevada, Texas, New York area, Washington.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, right?
Here, let's do a side by side again.
Yeah.
So we got this one. And we got this one. That's kind of interesting. Good call there, sister.
Very interesting.
Good call there.
Yeah, and then how there's a fire burning in Nebraska.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's like right in the smack dab middle of the United States.
Yeah.
You know, I'm having a feeling like this might not just be a wildfire that started. The timing is just so perfect.
Yeah.
To land right in the middle of the United States.
So it says right here, nearly 1 million acres in Nebraska gone. Not a small wildfire, not a regional story. One of the largest burns in modern U.S. history, and somehow it's barely leading to anything. And nobody's talking about this. So 775,000 plus acres of grazing land already destroyed. That's wild. This was posted by Hustle Biatch. Great page to follow. That's wild because also if you wanted to take out our infrastructure or like do a terror threat on us in any type of way, taking all of our grazing lands where all of our livestock graze off of, or destroying our entire
whole freaking ecosystem.
Yeah.
They're destroying our whole system.
Yeah.
It starts with our food supply, our gas, our food supply. They're taking us from underneath.
Yeah. And I love how nobody's talking about it. Like, none of the, like, because usually the news, they love to capitalize on horrible things happening.
Yeah.
Right? They love to do that. So why aren't they talking about that? That should be frontline news.
Yeah.
There's a huge fire going on.
So the reason they're not using it to distract us from the war, because it's part of it.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Right.
Otherwise, they would totally be using this fire and talking about it nonstop coverage of this fire if it wasn't related to the war.
I agree.
So,
I agree 100%. All right, we've got this one is, did you see the meteor this morning? A bright green fireball reported from Portland to Seattle.
That's on the Iranian threat map.
Yep. Wow, that's wild. Why is it green?
Yeah, right?
You know? Like, we'll play it again. It's green.
What? That is so crazy. What is going on here?
What's going on?
What is seriously going on? What is falling from our skies? This is not normal. Don't let them make you think that this is normal.
Right.
It's not normal for green balls to be flying into our atmosphere.
It's not normal.
Not normal. Fireballs flying through the sky. Meteors. It's not normal. What's going on? Are they soft rolling project beam here?
I mean, it kind of seems like it.
Seems like it to me.
It's crazy that they used the war to get us out of thinking about files, right? And now they're using now they're using Project Beam to get us out of the war. People are saying they're going to have to bring the files back to get us from talking about the World War.
You know what? I don't blame them. They're going to have to pull out every stop to get us because it's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy out there.
They're just telling us there's a bunch of meteors going through the sky. Like, what's this one? In Houston, Texas, 2 meteors.
No, this one is contrails. These are all over where we live too.
Yeah.
I mean, they do look like it, but it's totally chemtrails.
Yeah. That's
chemtrails.
Okay,
let's see what you guys do. Do you guys think this is real?
Let's see.
Just because, I don't know if this is real.
Have been having lately has been very weird. Y'all, that was not a meteor. That was not a fireball falling out of the sky. What that was debris that's falling from the galactic war that's happening in our skies. So a lot of us can agree that the storms that we have been having lately has been very weird. In addition to that, a lot of us have been hearing these booms from the sky that sound like it is out of this world, and that's because it actually is. So keep in mind, the solar flares are about to hit the earth even more. In addition to that, the sun is about to get 100 times hotter. And the reason for this is because the earth is shifting, and in turn, it is forcing us to shift as well as vibrate higher. We are in the process of moving from the 3D to the 5D. And as this happens, we are about to see entities, beings, and things that we have never seen before. Y'all, we are about to see animals that we thought was extinct, or better yet, animals that we did not even know existed.
Dang.
I told y'all when that sun was red, that planet Nibiru was pulling up. To all my chosen ones, y'all already know what time it is. We up next. Let's go.
Well, dang.
Well, what are we up next for?
Right.
Let's go. Up next for what?
I don't want to go. Where are we going?
That's pretty far out, but I mean,
it is far out, but whenever you coincide it with so many different things, like, okay, have you seen everybody talking about how the moon's upside down?
Yes.
Okay. So if you do look at all the phases of the moon, it never shows like the thumbnail part or the fingernail one ever being upside down. It's always side and then forms a full moon and then it goes to the side again. A full moon goes to the side, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's never like this.
Okay.
It doesn't go like that.
Now I can imagine it. At first I was like, I don't know if I'd be able to tell you if I didn't even notice, but now I do.
I just saw the moon like 2 nights ago. I was like, babe, look.
It was upside down?
It's upside down. And I'm like, I don't recall if I remember it being upside down or sideways. But everybody else is saying they remember it.
Okay.
So the interesting thing is if the moon's upside down, right? And if there's fireballs falling out of the sky everywhere, and say they're not missiles, say they're something else, right?
Yeah.
And all of this is happening. It kind of reminds me of like CERN opening up different dimensions, right? And like bringing us into a different dimension. Because then, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Because then you've got people saying like, the mandala effects going crazy right now for everybody. Like Chick-fil-A has always been spelled with a C,
Yeah.
not CK.
Yeah.
And now all over the place is with CK.
Okay.
So
okay.
like everything's like getting twisted, almost as if we are entering into a different dimension.
Oh, we might be.
We might be, and that's why the moon's all crazy. That's why everything's changing so quickly, so drastically, because CERN effed around and found out with some portals underground.
Yeah.
You know? That could be it.
If that's
could
what's
be
going
it.
on,
Hear me out.
it might not be CERN. It could be the living God doing this.
Well, yes, but it could be God doing this. But the reason that he has to do this is because people were trying to open up these evil portals and do all these evil things, and they did. And so he's like, all right, sending down all my angels. They're all green. Why are they all green, you know?
Yeah. There's going to be some scientists in the comments.
Yeah, let us know why
It's
they're green.
green because this. Duh, you stupid.
Okay, it says right here, breaking, crows are circulating over Tel Aviv. If you know scripture, this is not a good sign.
Yeah. God has a wrath, I think.
Yes.
And
Look at that. That would be so scary.
you know, BB came out and is talking trash about our Lord and our Savior.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you serious?
Right.
Are you serious? And you're calling your Operation Rising Lion. Everywhere the Bible talks about the roaring lion, referring to Satan. Like,
Yeah.
how more obvious can you be now? You're saying the Lord's name in vain to us, saying he is no better than Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. And there's no way we can get behind that as a nation. There's no way we could get behind that.
You know, it's almost like they don't want us to get behind it.
You think?
Yeah, I think that they're inciting all of this hate on purpose. They want us to hate them because it helps with like their end times prophecies. Like they're manufacturing prophecy,
Yeah.
you know, as my husband likes to say.
That's a good thing to say because
Yeah.
they're literally trying to manufacture prophecy.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but it's going to be kind of glorious when they see God's power.
Right.
That's all we could say about that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Another thing, this goes along with the fires that are happening in Nebraska,
Yeah.
like no news time. Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And then you've got this that the news is not talking about at all either. I just think it's so weird.
So Matt Wallace said, this is all the footage we have so far of the explosion and the fire at the critical U.S. oil refinery. Port Arthur is a vital hub for gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel production. Any prolonged shutdown could spike fuel prices nationwide and strain supply chains. That's the sound.
Yeah, that's the explosion.
Oh, you know. Dang, that's super coincidental.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe in coincidences.
Neither do I.
And, you know, and just like you were just saying, like the reason that they aren't talking about any of this is because it has to do with the war.
Yeah.
You know?
Because otherwise they
Mhm.
would use this crazy like looking explosion
Mm-hmm.
to their benefit. Of course they would. They'd
Yeah.
use it to distract us from the war, but since they're not, is where it is suspicious.
Yes. Now let's get into that plane crash. Also crazy. Guys, it's been a crazy week. The plane crash, to me, this is kind of crazy because I understand it was going very fast. It was descended. It was getting ready to stop, right?
Yes.
The plane. It was going like what?
109.
Okay.
I think.
So it was going really fast. And there was a fire truck on the tarmac. So I understand It should look pretty crazy. But to me, this looks like some Stranger Things stuff. Like this picture, this video, I cannot grasp what I'm looking at here. I don't understand. To me, it looks like very weird. Very weird. Okay. And it gives me vibes like the Miami Mall incident
with the aliens.
Yes.
The tall creatures, like just so scary, right?
And like, just like, what? Wait, what is even going on here?
Yeah.
It gives me that vibe.
I see why you would say that. Totally.
I'm going to pull it up, guys.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Right here, does that not look like a big centipede monster with like an arm, like trying to eat it? I mean, I know I'm going a little crazy.
That's crazy, sister.
I know.
It doesn't look like that. But it does look like something just attacked it, like just went crazy. It looks insane. I mean, you've seen the video of it actually crashing into the fire truck, right?
No.
You got to watch that.
All right.
Because it tells the story about how the cabin and crew were feeling nauseous and they needed to turn around. This was an emergency landing. It was an emergency landing.
So there's the fire truck. Oh, man.
Yeah. That's like pretty bad.
Oh my goodness.
That's like, it doesn't get any worse than that. That's why that explosion, the way that it looks, is kind of like, okay, I guess it's fucking, it got up.
All right, that's wild.
Right.
That's crazy. Okay, well, after seeing that, then yeah, I can see how that would look like that.
Yeah.
I take back my Stranger Things comment.
It looks scary though, like Stranger Things.
Yeah, just not a centipede like I thought though.
Not a centipede, sister.
Not a centipede. Okay, so with all of this destruction going on right now, all this craziness going on, I guess there's like theories where people are saying that there's going to be lockdowns 2.0, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to say that they're going to implement a new lockdown system across the world like they did with, right? And they're going to implement them again. So let's watch that. Let's take a look at this video because I thought it was super interesting. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, with all the gas prices going up, they're going to use it to their advantage to keep us in place.
Yes.
I believe, right?
So right here, we've got Shannon Joy reports that the International Atomic Energy Agency has published Lockdowns 2.0 in response to looming energy crisis. The plan would restrict driving, ground flights, force remote work, and ban gas cooking. It would also impose highway speed limits and use license plates to determine which days people are allowed to drive.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
An energy lockdown playbook. They released a 10-point plan over the weekend telling governments to restrict driving, ground flights, force remote work, and ban gas cooking. They called it sheltering from oil shocks, writes Aaron Day. Here's the plan. Number one, they are recommending alternating driving days based on your license plate number, odd plates on Monday, even plates on Tuesday, and countries are now already implementing this. They're recommending mandatory speed limit reductions on every highway, not for safety, but fuel rationing by another name. You can still drive, just slower and less often. Number three, avoiding all air travel where alternatives exist. They didn't define what that actually meant, but the ambiguity, writes Aaron Day, is the feature. It lets regulators decide after the fact whether your trip was essential or not. Non-essential versus essential. Does that ring any bells? Here's another one. Switch from gas cooking to electric. The IEA is now telling you what appliances, and the same agency that published net zero by 2050 is calling now for thermostats to be capped at 19 degrees and a ban on new gas boilers.
It's crazy, right?
Sounds about right.
It does.
It sounds like exactly what they might do.
I mean, I think they'll totally do this. How do you think it'll go, though? How do you think lockdown, because how did the first ones go?
Yeah, right. Sorry, you put me on the spot. The first ones went terrible. I mean, they made us wear masks, otherwise they
Yes.
wouldn't like serve you in grocery stores.
Yep.
And they had aisle arrows that people had to follow. It kind of just created a lot of tension within people. That's all.
I mean, I would say that it did work. It worked for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then once it was over, everybody was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to wear a mask. And if you were part of the crowd that didn't wear masks, we did it. We did that. We argued. We stood our ground. And I think that there's going to be a lot more people this time around that stand their ground.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Fool
gonna be
me
like,
once, shame on me.
Shame
wait.
on you.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yes.
Fool me 3 times, no.
Just no.
Just
not
it's
happening.
gonna work.
No, I don't think it's going to work as good as they think, especially whenever you're trying to restrict their cooking, like how long they're able to cook, what they're able to set their thermometers at. But you know what's scary is a lot of people do have the smart thermometers now.
Yeah.
And so they are controlled.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like there literally is a restriction on it. And so it is kind of scary.
Yeah, if they take away AC in the middle of the summer.
Oh, hell no.
That'll be a hell no.
I will be pissed.
Yeah.
We'll have some problems.
Especially
You and me will have some problems. My house stays at 67.
I thought you were going to say 69.
I was
sicko.
gonna. So, yeah, I think that they're going to try it.
Yeah. What about Dan Bongino?
Dan Bongina?
Yeah.
Dan Bongina?
Dan Bon dead eyes. Literally, like he has complete dead eyes. When did his eyes become so dead? He literally looks like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in that video where that guy's calling him out. So awesome,
Yeah,
by the way.
we're going to play that.
Shout out to you, guy,
Yeah.
for doing that.
You're the best.
Why did you put your name on?
You're a pet protector. A pet protector. Pet protector. You put. I was a cop for 9 years. You're a pet faggot. You're a protector. Fuck, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah, what a terrible life. When they put a price tag on their morality,
Mhm.
you know, when they say, oh, yeah, give me $1 million and I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is what it leads to. It leads to the people hating you, not being able to sleep at night because of stress, knowing that you did the wrong thing. Like, you can't even live. Like, I bet you he's just dying inside every single day. And if he's not, then he's just already dead inside.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, his eyes. I mean, you can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
He looks like he is a demoralized man.
Yes, definitely.
Because he is a pea protector, right?
Yeah.
He did horribly fail while he was in his position.
Yeah.
He failed. He didn't protect any children. He did nothing. Actually, he was complicit in it, and he actually helped cover it up.
Yeah.
So he is literally the worst scum that there is, in my opinion.
Terrible.
Disgusting man.
He's Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan. And I mean, I couldn't even imagine being a man, especially, and not being able to sit there and protect children, or like selling your soul to not protect children, to look the other way.
Ugh.
Oh, you're just the worst. And then on top of that, everything that had to do with Charlie Kirk in that whole realm, he helped cover anything up and not let people look into things, just like his buddy Cash. Like, get out of here. You're literally the worst of the worst type of person that there could be.
Seriously.
You're a disgrace.
Well, you know what happened to Judas.
Yep.
So, because I'm pretty sure he claimed to be like good friends with Charlie Kirk, right?
Yeah. I mean, they all did.
Yeah.
They all claimed it. Going on with Charlie Kirk, that whole situation, you know what's crazy about his mentor just dying in a freak pickleball accident?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. It's shady already. I don't even know much about it, but it's shady already, because if you've ever played pickleball, you don't see death often.
Right. Like, how does that even, I guess he fell into a coma.
So it's just probably totally unrelated to pickleball, I'm assuming. Then.
Well, then why even say anything about pickleball?
Right.
You know? Like,
yes.
I don't know. I thought that was really weird. It was one of his mentors. He was a billionaire, and he died in a pickleball accident. I mean, it's just weird to me.
It's weird to us because they've lied about everything. So now we just have to be so suspicious. Like, that's what happens. Once you lie, you kind of are a liar, and don't believe anything you say. So
Yeah.
it's okay for us to constantly question every single narrative that they push out to us.
I think it's
Let's never feel bad about that. You know, never be like, I don't know, it's just so weird that he just died in a pickleball accident. Sorry, it is weird because you're weird and you're always lying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's not only okay to question it, I think it's very necessary that we all question it. And that's why so much more of the truth is being uncovered, is because so many of us are questioning. We're questioning nonstop. Like, well, wait a second. Yeah, no, it was just, it was the whole pickleball thing, just wild. And it might have been because he had something, he was going to like come out and say something. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Maybe he was going to like start speaking about how Charlie really felt about Iran. You know what I mean? Like, so many people are saying how he felt about Iran.
He said how he felt about Iran. Like, come on.
He said it. We all know how Charlie Kirk felt about Iran because there was countless videos talking about how he felt about Iran and how he felt it would go if we went into war, and we are doing exactly what we're doing right now. So I just thought it was interesting that his widow sat here and she was saying she can't speak for him. You know, I don't want to speak for him about how he would feel about Iran.
Yeah, no, to answer your question, my husband isn't here to say whether or not we should be at war with Iran. I would love for him to be here right now and tell us if we should or should not. I would love it. I miss his voice more than anyone in this world. And, you know, it's frustrating when you have people speaking for him. I have a sentiment for that. But thank the good Lord that we have a bunch of his videos that we can look back on. And it's like chapters like this, I have to commend you. This is amazing. All of you guys sitting here together having debate, discourse, dialogue, that's what Turning Point USA is about. And that's what I wanted to continue. So when you ask what's our stance on the war, what's our stance on that, I actually would prefer that we have these types of discussions where our stance is on freedom of speech. And I want you guys to all continue to just.
So I think it's interesting that she says there that there's countless videos of him talking about it, and what they're asking her, what should their stance be whenever they're having debates on campus, right? What does Turning Point USA think about the war in Iran? Yeah. How should we answer people?
Pretty straightforward question.
She's like, well, I think it's really important to just keep having debates. Like, no, I mean, it's very simple. Charlie Kirk had a very strong stance against it. He has many videos of it. And I think it's funny that she says he has many videos of it. He did have many videos on it, but they are actively deleting his old podcast. So when is going to be the time that they actually delete his stance on Iran?
Right.
You know what I mean? It could be any time. They could get rid of it and then just impose whatever they want.
Well, good thing some of us are saving all the videos.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of like she was saying, if you want to hear what he has to say, go watch his videos. I'm talking right now.
Yeah.
Like, he has a bunch of videos. Go watch those and then let me talk because I'm speaking right now.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
She's tripping per usual.
And also she's kind of turning like aggressive.
Very aggressive, right?
Like, she even says in the video, later in the video, she says, you know, it really I was pissed off. I was pissed. Yeah. And like, she's angry that people are debating and questioning about the whole Iranian issue. It's like, why are you so angry about it? And also, weren't you married to him? You knew his stance better than anybody, supposedly, right? So wouldn't you be like, it is my duty now to fight for what his stance was?
Especially since you wanted to take over the whole role of Charlie Kirk. You wanted to take his whole position, his whole role. You should kind of know what he felt about major issues going on in the world.
And she does. All right, we can move on to this creepy man. This is a very creepy man here. There was a new video posted by Mickey Larson Olson, right?
Okay.
It is about Larry Loomer. He's a very creepy man, in my opinion.
Heck yeah.
He started last week by saying that he can't stand babies crying on planes.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, why is this baby crying for so long? Like, everybody knows, like, that subject. If you comment on a baby crying, obviously you don't want to hear a baby crying. Nobody does.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear my own babies crying on a plane for 10 hours.
Yeah.
I feel bad for my baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not allowed to say anything.
Yeah.
Especially go online and say that. That's crazy.
She says, like,
well,
he says, like, isn't it at some point bad parenting?
Yeah. And like, no feminine quality in him. Like, even because he's pretending to be a woman.
Yeah.
So there's no feminine quality in him naturally because he's not a woman that would sit there and tell him, like, oh, that poor baby is crying. Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to have kids one day. I'm definitely not going to post this. This
Like
is
totally
evil.
disconnected. You know what I
Yes.
mean? From the child.
Yes. Because he doesn't have the woman anatomy or the woman brain to think like
Woman
that.
hormones.
Yeah, woman anything.
Yeah.
Woman looks, woman anything. So right here we've got, Laura Loomer is a man named Larry. He is a Satanist Zionist. Cappy warned us about Laura Loomer. I will keep exposing these demonic beings until I take my last breath before I leave this world. All right, let's take a look. So here's this. This is that picture that's circulated for quite a while.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, look at it. Isn't that crazy?
Man. This would explain all the numerous plastic surgeries he has gotten done over the years and the uncanny valley I fall into whenever I see a photo of him.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yep. Ew.
Here's him with Bill Clinton. Look at.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go back to the other picture. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at the mouth.
Yeah.
The nose.
Yeah, that's the same person.
The
Oh,
eyes.
God.
Forehead, everything.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Look at.
That's the guy. Oh, hell.
I think that's obviously a fake picture.
Yeah,
right?
they got something going on there. But
they're calling him a Mossad agent. Larry Loomer became MTF-controlled opposition infiltrator Laura Loomer. I'm sorry, not sorry. That is crazy.
yeah, that is really freaking wild.
That is
definitely
Gabe
Larry.
Hoffman, Mike Cernovich, Laura Loomer, Gabe Hoffman is running ops on people. He is a bad guy, dudes. I look like I've seen a ghost. Yeah, I have. And someone that was very close to me, I'm pretty sure they were just there to infiltrate me. These are really fucking bad people, and I'm beyond pissed. I don't even know how to describe the feeling inside of me. It's bad.
Yeah, that's a real picture. You know this one?
What?
Yeah.
Is
So,
it
he's
allegedly
creepy.
a real picture or?
I mean, I've seen it circulate a lot, so allegedly whatever, but it looks real to me. Yeah, he's a creepy man.
Really creepy, scary.
Bad guy. Just bad guy all around.
Yeah.
And he says the worst things. And he does do it out of like trying to like rage bait. You know what I mean? He's constantly trying to rage bait everybody.
Yeah.
And like stir up so much hate that like right whenever I saw that post about the baby crying,
Yeah.
I was like, and it got millions of views.
Yeah.
So it was because he wants to engagement and he wants the money
They
from
want their
X.
energy.
Yes, and he's an energy vampire, 100%. Just the worst. Worst person.
He ain't getting this energy.
Larry, you're the worst. You're the worst. Oh, did you hear about Kash Patel's girlfriend calling everybody controlled opposition?
What?
Yeah.
So Alexis Wilkins posted a foreign-linked influence network has been running coordinated operations against the Trump administration for 22 months. I know it's real because they ran one against me. I was targeting something I knew was far from organic. This level of media isolating, unwanted, and unwarranted. There's nobody to help, nobody to jump in and say, is this false? Oh, is this a false op and help me? Well, I don't believe in problems without solutions, so I've spent the last few months learning to build programs to utilize publicly available information to prove that this is way bigger than me. This is about creating chaos in the Republican Party. It's about the organized effort to lose Republicans in the midterms and subvert President Trump's agenda, and I have the data for you to see.
So then she goes on to just in all of her posts here, she goes on to just saying that, pretty much describing how the post went viral. She's like, how come everybody at once shared me being a honeypot? And everybody's like, because everybody thought it was crazy and it makes sense that you're a honeypot. And that's how things go viral.
Well, these people are completely disillusioned to not just being loved and right all the time. They're like, this can't be right. People are not getting it. Like, they're so dumb. They do not know I'm a honeypot.
That's
like
crazy.
Sassy.
No, and I think it's also funny that she says there was nobody to help me anywhere I went. It's like, girl, your boyfriend is the FBI director. What do you mean nobody
Yeah.
was there to help you? Everywhere you turned, there was
What?
nobody to
Yeah.
help. What are you talking about?
Well, I guess she's kind of revealing that Kash Patel's position is pretty much worthless if
Oh,
her
that's a
own
good point.
boyfriend can't help her. Or Beyonce, I don't know what their relations are.
I don't know what they are either, but they're fairly new. I think they started dating in 2022, So we've got Candice Owens commented on Alexis Wilson right here. I think it's really funny.
Okay, let's check it out.
Because Candy just goes off. This is one of those random breaks in politics that we all need to just stop and appreciate something objectively hilarious. I therefore implore you to read this thread. The background is that Alexis Wilkins, Kash Patel's girlfriend, does not understand why some people think that she's a Mossad honeypot. So she has spent months piecing together a theory that Vladimir Putin's philosopher, Alexander Dugin, is running an operation to bring down Trump through General Michael Flynn, Joe Kent, and the Catholic Church, further aided by people who are asking questions about Charlie Kirk's assassination because none of that could be authentic. Vladimir Putin sits at the top. Separately, this is more evidence we need to just shutter the FBI. This is just too completely unserious and embarrassing on the world stage. So then she also says, it's so fantastical that I'm legitimately desperate to interview her about it. At Alexis Wilkins, it would be my distinct honor to have you on the show to discuss your shocking discovery. The only thing you missed was that the network is actually being run by Tim Dillon.
Alexis Wilkins says, I am not saying anything. I ran data. I'm asking you to draw your own conclusions. Candice Owens says, my conclusion is that you are a clinical retard if you spend this much of your personal time to produce something that is this completely and utterly false. I would say stick to your country music, but you kind of suck at that too. Boom.
Candice always comes with the best responses.
Yeah, she's great.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
So let's get into some Polymarkets, you guys. I think we've got a couple fun Polymarkets here. All right, so breaking, J.D. Vance's 2028 odds crashed to an all-time low of 18%. Why do you think that is?
Why do I think that is? Well, he's been doing such a great job. I couldn't imagine what it could be. It's because he sucks. And Peter Thiel is his dude, and they're trying to take over the world with AI. And we see your plan, JD. You're not fooling nobody with the sweet eyes and the perfect talk. And look at me. We don't care. You're a fraud, fake, got nothing important to say about Iran, just following behind. You're being used as a puppet. And that's why your odds are at 18%. And then if what happens with Wolf and Wall Street, because Wolf and Wall Street has mentioned that if President Trump gets impeached, J.D. Vance would be president, and he would pick Erica Kirk as his vice president. So keep it low. I guess we got to keep it at 18%. But I can't even imagine who I would want as the president of the United States. And honestly, after Trump and his administration has failed us so dramatically, I kind of think that we should just skip the elections this year and just start like something new.
Yeah. I don't know what it would be.
I don't know
There's
either.
got to be something else.
Something else.
Something else has to be. Something.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's why you're low, Mr. Vance.
And then we've got here, Polymarket. Breaking. Iran now confirms there has been an outreach between the U.S. and Iran that Iran is willing to listen to proposals. That is very good.
Yes, I love that.
I love that too.
What do you think about that? Do you think that those odds are legitimate? Or do you think that 24% is about right?
Yeah, well, it says 24% chance a nuclear deal is signed by the end of next month. 24 is pretty high.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that honestly, like all of this crazy stuff's going on, and I think we still have to bring it back to Trump wants to be the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to sit here and make it his ratings to be as low as they are dropping. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be better. He wants people to like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just don't see that this goes on, to be honest with you. Unless they really do just want a destruction of the entire world, then I mean they gotta come to some type of peace agreement here soon, right?
They do, and I literally pray for this to end and for Trump to drop his ego down and call it quits and just stop while he's ahead. Literally.
Or,
So I hope he does.
or just stop messing with BB.
Yeah, maybe make new friends.
Make new friends, dude.
Yeah.
These are not good friends for you.
Yeah.
Like if you were my kid, you would be grounded. You would be grounded. This was released today. I know we are talking that there's supposed to be peace, but I guess Iran has a crazy PR team and they released the craziest videos. All right. They are wild.
Okay.
So they released this video today. That 24% chance might be a little bit slimmer if this video has anything to say about it.
That's super crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Was that supposed to be New York with the Statue of Ball?
Yeah, well, the Statue of Liberty, I think.
Yeah.
But like they made it the Statue of Ball because
Yeah.
they like to say that all of our leaders are,
Satanists.
yeah, Satanists.
And they are.
And they love it and all of that. I just think that's a wild video.
That is very intense. That's a very intense video. Very crazy.
That's a crazy video, a little intimidating, and I think it's kind of scary whenever you put it together with all of the meteors falling all over the United States. It's like kind of seems like their missile capabilities are a little bit higher or far-reaching than anybody's saying, and I think that it's kind of scary.
Yes.
Kind of
I
scary.
agree.
But, you got to stay positive in this crazy world.
You do got to stay
You got
positive.
to try.
And let's just carry on.
Carry on, mate. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Make sure to comment, make sure to like, subscribe. Let us know what you think down below. Are those meteors? Are they missiles? What's going on?
Make sure to check us out on Spreaker or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time.